Hey guys, so I just saw that Link is trending on Twitter. So I want to take a look and see if there's any more developments with the price action here. As usual, I'm going to start on a weekly time frame, and the ticker for this is Link, Link. Now, before I get into it, I'm not sure how you found this channel. It's a new channel, so typically it's not very easy to find. So if you want more of these updates, then just subscribe now, because normally YouTube just recommends the channels that are already established and have like 100,000 subscribers. This is a brand new channel, so if you watch this video and skip away, you might not be able to find the channel again. So if you want a lot of, maybe 2 or 3 TA videos every day on various coins, then just subscribe now so you'll be able to get the notifications when I release new videos in the future. Okay, so back to Chainlink. Here we are on a weekly chart. And as you can see, the most significant line on this chart is this horizontal trend line right here. Roughly, normally I draw it as like a range. So you know what I would say. Let's just to get a range for you here. Let's just say it's here. Right at the see here the tops of these the bodies of the candles here on the weekly. I would say this range. So from about $4.91 down to $4.52. This is the most significant level on this particular chart. And you'll see that as soon as we fought with it for a while, as soon as we broke out, we had like the big kind of blow off top here in the bull run. And when we came back, we came all the way back down to the start, to the peak of this high. And I mentioned this pretty much every video. Normally this is what happens when you have a strong level of resistance that breaks. Eventually the price will typically find its way back down to it to test it as a support, and that's what happened right here. We came all the way back down. We successfully tested it as a support. So that's basically a support resistance flip, or sorry, resistance to support flip. And here we are. We've been in this pattern, this consolidation range, all the way since for over a year now. We've just been in this pattern, and it's made great trading. So basically, when the price comes down, you can buy, and when it goes up to the top, you can short it, and just back and forth, just trying to accumulate more Link tokens for when we do eventually break out of here and likely head upwards. So another thing that's significant about this pullback level that we came to is if I take a Fibonacci retracement tool, and the most significant Fibonacci retracement level is called the 618 golden pocket range, and you'll see here I've marked it out in gold, and you'll see we came back right to this zone, the 618, and I also marked the 65% retracement level, and this to me is the golden pocket, and that's exactly where we came back to retest. So I think there's a lot of level. This is a very, very strong level of support. I do not think we're going to break below it. I see some other channels, they're doing like Elliott Wave or something, saying it's going to go to $2. I do not think it's going to $2. I think this is a very strong level of support, and given where we are in the cycle in relation to the halvening, I think that the bottom is likely in. The worst case scenario would be like a pullback here to retest it once again, but I do not see this level breaking. But again, that's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but yeah, that's just my take on it. Okay, so long term, you see that we're just in a consolidation range. And until this breaks out in either direction, likely upwards, then there's nothing to get too excited about here. But there is good trade opportunities. So let's switch this from the 1 week down to the daily time frame. And you'll see the last Chainlink video I did, I marked this level out for you. And this was the significant level of resistance on the chart at the time. And since then, we got rejected from it. But now we've come up and broken through it. And that brought us up to the next level, which I probably mentioned in the other video as well, but it's this resistance level right here, just span it across, and that's exactly what we're fighting with right now. So now the range, we're in this big range, right? This larger range, but we created a new range within this range. So almost like a little micro range here. So if you're going to trade this, you can trade within here. So this previous level of resistance has now flipped to a support level, and then you have this obvious level of resistance up here. If the price comes up here, maybe you can look for a short. If it comes back here, maybe you can look for a long. Again, the reason why I like entering right at the resistance or support level is because if I'm wrong, I can get out of the trade right away. I don't have to risk a lot of my position. So for example, let's just say the price makes its way back down to around here. Let's say it comes up. So let's say if I'm doing a short opportunity, Yeah, a short position. Say it comes up here and I enter the price right here. I'll know if I'm wrong very quickly. I would just put a stop just above this previous this wick, and then my target would obviously be just the lower part of this region here. So this would give me a risk-reward ratio. I would risk 1 to gain 3.2, and in the actual numbers, I would risk 2.19% to get 7%. So that would be an example of a pretty good risk-reward trade that I would consider taking now. Whether or not I would take it, I'm not sure, because if I switch the chart here, you'll see that the pattern we're forming right here, this is called, so you see how we have a straight line across here, these two resistance levels, and then the lows we're making higher lows. So equal highs here, but the lows are getting higher. And what that's forming is called an ascending triangle. It's typically a bullish chart pattern. See, flat resistance and rising lower trendline support. That's exactly what we're forming here on the 4-hour time frame. So now that you've identified this price structure, what you can do, you can use this as just to for your entries for longs or shorts. So if the price comes up to it again, maybe you want to enter a short, and if it comes back down to test the trend line, maybe you want to look for a long. Now, bear in mind that the more often you hit this upper resistance line, the more likely it is to break. So eventually, if you just think about what this price action represents, this pattern represents, it's basically the bulls are pushing it up and the bears try to push it down. But every time the bears are getting weaker and weaker, they're unable to push it down further and further. So eventually we're going to come up here, maybe come back down and test it again, and we'll come to an apex point. It can break out at any time in either direction before then, but eventually this pattern is going to come to the apex point, and a decision will have to be made. And more often than not, statistically, it's more likely to break upwards from this position. Okay, let's switch it back to this chart, and let's see. Let me just take a look. I haven't really looked at this chart in great detail lately. I'm kind of just doing this video off the cuff here. You know what? Let's go back, and I have a really cool indicator set up on this, and this is called the price action concepts. And what this will do, this will mark out very significant levels on the chart where we've had a lot of trading activity. So you see this order block down here, this order block down here. But what I like to look at when I'm looking for day trade entries, I'll switch to the 1 hour or maybe even a shorter time frame. And a significant level for me is this, see right here, this previous day high and this previous day low. A lot of people don't know, but this is a very significant region where the price will usually find support or resistance. So for example, if we come back up here to this previous day high, I would look to that as an opportunity to maybe take a short, right? But I wouldn't get too greedy on my take profit on a short, because as I mentioned, we are in a bullish chart formation. So yeah, I mean, if we came down to this previous day low, the thing about that would be, if we're on the hourly, I can move this down. And yeah, we could theoretically come down and maybe we'll see a wick at the previous day low. If that's the case and the body closes above this upsloping support level, then I would perhaps look for a long opportunity. And likewise, again, if we come up to the top of this range here, which lines up perfectly with the previous day high, then there's an opportunity for a short. So once again, let's just say if the price comes back up here, which aligns with this previous resistance and the previous day high, a short could be entered, and we put the stop loss just above, and we target, just around here maybe. Don't get too greedy with it. You know what? I would even target just this region here where we've had 3 touches on this resistance level. So I would look to that to maybe flip to a support if we're able to break up once again. And oh my goodness, this would give me a crazy risk reward ratio of 1. I'd risk 1 and get 7.47. So that's an example of a great trade setup that you can, or maybe not telling you what to do, but something that I would look for. So I would risk 0.49% for the potential of gaining 3.73%, and that could be amplified with a little bit of leverage. Nothing too crazy though, because you don't want to risk getting liquidated there. But yeah, that's Chainlink. Basically, just to recap, I just gave you some potential trade opportunities to look for within the previous day high and this bullish chart formation here. But on the long term, I think it's consolidation range. I think we've fully done our retrace. I don't think we're going to break below the levels that I just said, which is the previous high here and the 618 retracement level. I don't think this level is breaking, but I mean, that level is around just below $5. But I don't really think we're going back there. although anything's possible. But yeah, just mark these levels on your chart here, and you could trade Chainlink within this range to accumulate more Link tokens for the inevitable run to the upside. All right, guys. And once again, if you this is the first time you've come across this channel, or you've been watching these videos but you're not yet subscribed, maybe just subscribe now so you can get notified when I put out these analysis videos. All right, guys. That about wraps it up. Have a good day. Bye.